No one believes that a small toy can harm someone, but when this monkey starts banging on his drum, everything turns into deadly chaos. This story begins in 1999 year in an antique store littered with antiques. Rats are running around everywhere. This shop comes to a man in the form of a pilot and calling the seller. There are red spots on his clothes. The pilot wants to give away his toy monkey, but the seller refuses to accept it. The pilot puts the monkey on the counter anyway. Her eyes immediately light up. Music is playing, and the monkey starts drumming. This triggers a series of scary events, like in the movie Destination, and the store owner is quickly sent to the next world. The pilot notices a flamethrower on the counter and uses it to burn the monkey. Two twin boys, Hal and Bill, are sitting on the hood of a car and looking out the window of their house. There's their mother dancing with some old man. Their father has long since left the family. Bill constantly teases Hal. While Mom is dancing with her boyfriend, Hal talks about his difficult childhood. Mom raised them alone. It turns out that their father went out to the store one evening to buy cigarettes and did not return. He worked as a pilot and brought a lot of stuff. The brothers are rummaging in the pantry, sorting through their father's things. They find a box with a toy monkey. Bill sees the inscription, "Turn the key and something will happen." He starts the monkey with a key, but nothing happens. The boy throws the monkey to Hal, thinking that it is broken. Mom is going on another date. A babysitter comes to our heroes. This is a young girl named Annie. In the evening, the boys and the babysitter have dinner at a Japanese restaurant and watch the cook with delight. He is masterful with a knife and fire. The monkey left in the car comes to life. Music plays and she starts banging on the drum. The sudden movement of the toy triggers a chain of accidents that again lead to tragedy. One of the chef's knives flies straight at Annie. But even this terrible case does not bring the brothers closer. At Annie's funeral, the boys listen to a drunken priest speak. He confidently declares that there are no accidents and God always has some kind of plan. The mother of our heroes completely agrees with the priest. She reminds her sons that sooner or later, all people will go to the next world, and then she dances with them to the old rock and roll. At school, classmates bully Hal because he doesn't have a father. The girls take his pants away from him, and Hal returns home without them. He walks into his room and sees the monkey. In the evening, Bill teases Hal and mocks him. He makes his brother say, "I'm going to marry this monkey and I'm going to feed her my banana." Hal is watching a sex education lesson in class. He looks into his backpack under the desk and all the classmates start laughing at him. The boy returns home and sees that the monkey is sitting on his bed. He decides that this toy is to blame for all his troubles and starts a monkey hunt. Bill returns home and sees his mom falling to the floor. This time, the infernal toy decides to take her to the next world. The boys are sitting in the church at their mother's funeral. Hal realizes that when the monkey begins to beat the drum, there is some kind of tragedy. No one knows who she will choose. She doesn't take orders from anyone. Hal decides to get rid of the dangerous toy and hides it in a box. Now the boys have to live with their relatives, Aunt Ida and Uncle Chip. These people have never wanted children and are not going to pay much attention to their nephews. At night, Hal takes a huge cleaver and cuts the toy into pieces. Red spots appear like blood. Hal throws the pieces of the monkey into the landfill. The brothers move in with Aunt Ida and Uncle Chip. Now they will live in the small town of Casca. In the evening, the boys watch TV. Hal notices with horror that there's a monkey figurine under the Christmas tree. He says it's an evil killer monkey. Bill does not believe that the toy is capable of harming someone, so he suggests that his brother wind up the monkey and check what happens next. Hal begs his brother not to, but Bill winds up the key anyway. Another funeral is being held in the church. We see a portrait of Uncle Chip in a black frame. The priest says he had a hunting accident. He was lying in a sleeping bag and crushed by a herd of wild horses. The brothers decide to lock the monkey in a box and throw it into the well. No one will find her there, and she won't hurt anyone else. 25 years pass. All this time, the monkey did not touch anyone. Aunt Ida hears the music and comes down the stairs with a gun in her hand. The music is coming from the basement, but there is no one there. The stairs break under her feet and she falls. The woman takes out the fragments from the lamp with a small pair of tweezers, picks up a bottle of alcohol, and smears her cuts. A kettle is boiling on the gas stove. Aunt Ida leans over the burner. Flames engulf her head. With loud screams, the woman runs out of the house, crashes into a sharp branch, and falls. Hal has grown up and now works in a pharmacy. He hadn't spoken to Bill in years. The man was so afraid that the monkey would come back that he abandoned his family, hoping that now they would be safe. Hal tells his colleague that he needs to take time off from work to see his son for a drink and take him to the panic room for rides. He admits that he sees his child only once a year. Hal's wife now has a new husband named Ted. He conducts a session of parental energy transfer and says that now the father's right has passed from Hal to him. Ted wants to officially adopt Petey, and Hal is given the last week to spend with his son. A property sale is taking place at Aunt Ida's house. Garbage man Rick looks at her things and sees a toy monkey among them. He's taking her home. Rick says he will sell this toy to his crazy neighbor who never leaves the house. Hal and Petey are staying at a motel. A man does not admit to his son that he has a twin brother. At night, Hal dreams of a monkey banging on a drum. He wakes up and hears the phone ring. This is Bill. He tells his brother that Aunt Ida had an accident, which means that the monkey has returned again. Hal asks Bill to check Aunt Ida's house, find a creepy toy, and destroy it. Hal comes out of his room and sees that a woman wants to dip in the pool. From the wall, the air conditioning breaks down and falls into the water. A woman jumps into the water and gets an electric shock. The frightened man drinks and urgently leaves the motel. The boy asks Hal about his mother and asks his father to take him to Aunt Ida's house. Hal really doesn't like this idea, but this is the last chance to spend time with his own son. At night, Hal has nightmares about his mother. He wakes up and can't find Petey anywhere. Fortunately, his son was all right. The next day, Hal arrives at Aunt Ida's house. He meets real estate agent Barbara there. She tells Hal about the successful sale of things and that several more accidents happened to Aunt Ida after the tragedy. Hal asks Barbara if she saw a toy monkey at the sale. The woman replies that she doesn't know anything. As soon as Barbara opens the door to the pantry, a gun suddenly falls from the shelf. One shot and Barbara is gone. The police arrive and take Hal's recognizance not to leave. Advise him not to stay in the house and spend the night in a motel. After the police leave, Hal tries to find the toy monkey in the house. Bill calls him again. Hal tells his brother that the creepy toy is not here, and Bill hangs up. He dials the phone number Bill called him from. The answering machine reports that the search for the monkey is already over. Bill is sitting on the couch in his house. He is sure that Hal is to blame for the death of their mother. It turns out that Bill wanted to return this monkey, but found only the key in the well. He had been looking for the devil's toy for many years to take revenge on his brother. When the year of the monkey came, Bill began to notice various signs hinting at her return. He saw this toy everywhere. Bill even prepared a new black suit for the funeral. It turns out that the man found this monkey after all. He turned her on and asked her to punish the one who was guilty. The man hoped that she would harm Hal, but the monkey always randomly chose a victim. For example, this time she chose Hal's colleague from the pharmacy. The man stepped on a rake and ate his electronic cigarette. Rick, the garbage man, comes to Bill, rings the intercom, and asks him to return the monkey, but Bill refuses him. Resentful Rick returns home, finds an old police uniform with his stepfather, and dresses up in her. Hal returns to the motel with Petey and admits that being around him is very dangerous. He wants his son to go home. Suddenly, Bill calls him. The man informs that the devil monkey is now with him, and now he turns the key. Bill demands that Hal bring Petey to him, otherwise the monkey will continue to take people's lives. He needs the boy to turn the key, because the one who starts the monkey does not die. Rick comes to Hal and Petey in a police uniform, threatens them with a gun, and demands to go with him. Rick drives them to Bill's house. He wants Petey to go into Bill's house and bring him a toy monkey. Hal is forced to agree, but asks him not to touch the key on the monkey's back. Petey walks up to Bill's house and climbs in through the dog door. There are many traps in the house that work and put his life in danger several times. Hal guesses that Rick is not a cop. They both notice a huge hornet's nest under the window. Petey enters the room and finds his uncle. Bill tries to trick a guy and asks him to have a monkey. Petey fulfills his request. A hornet's nest breaks off from a branch, wasps fly into the car and sting Rick. Bill demands the guy to start the monkey again, but Petey takes the key and runs away. Suddenly, the monkey starts drumming without a key and does it for a very long time. Bill looks out the window and sees a burning plane falling. The monkey continues to drum, and the terrible tragedies continue. Hal and Petey sneak into the house and run into Bill's room. Hal blames his brother for all the tragedies and reminds him that the monkey chooses its own victim and it is impossible to control it. Men decide to finally forget old grievances and forgive each other. The monkey is drumming again. This time, she takes Bill's life. Hal and Petey drive through the ruined city. They see empty streets, overturned cars, fires, and complete chaos. Hal decides to keep the monkey for himself, keep an eye on it, and not give it to anyone. A pale rider on a horse appears at the intersection. It is Death. The rider looks at Hal and rides on. The man offers his son to go dancing. They leave the ruined city.